Hello, all you people out there in TV land and internet land and all the other places you are watching this podcast. I am Wambui Richardson. I am the Executive Artistic Director at Jubilee Theatre, now 45 years old. And I have the blessing of being joined with my co-host today.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kenja, your favorite actress of TV, stage, and sometimes just every day. And I'm also your box office manager.
And guess what? This is the first of many episodes to come of Jubilee Theatre, a Backstage Pass.
We are going to go behind the stage, behind the scenes, and we're going to give you so much laughter, the challenges that we face every day, and everything in between.
That's right. You get a chance to learn about rehearsals, set build, community outreach. But you also get a chance to be able to talk with the directors, the designers, and all of the people it takes to make what we do great, making Jubilee Theatre a home for all of the DFW community and more.
But first, we're here to talk about us, your co-hosts.
Well, how about this? Before we talk about us, let's talk about the home. Let's talk about 506 Main Street. Let's talk about Jubilee Theatre. So, Miss Kenja,
yes,
what is Jubilee Theatre?
Let's see. If I can put it in a nutshell, let's start with our mission, okay?
Please.
Our mission is to amplify the African American experience and unite a multicultural community through powerful theatrical words. I'm going to be proper with it. This is expressed through our core values, which we call fire. Yes. Now, the F is for fostering a multicultural community through cross-cultural dialogue and shared storytelling.
Come on, foster. Yes.
Now, I is to inspire and invest in a wide range of local artists. Now, reflect.
Come on.
That's that R.
Yes.
We're going to reflect on the African American experience as central to an American narrative.
Come on. Yes.
And then after we reflect,
after
reflection, we elevate new works that expand perspectives and access.
And what I find so beautiful about fire, specifically, is that part about telling stories. Not just that Black stories are American stories, that the stories that we tell are essential to the fabric of who we are, not just as people of color, but as participants in this country we call America. Yes. We honor the classics, but we also create new stories. It is a place where, regardless of our background, every single audience has something in that show that they can identify with.
You better say that. That's what
not
y'all
the tiny fingers,
the tiny clap. You better say that. We explore the human condition.
Exactly.
We're humans, right?
Every single time you come to see a show, regardless of race, color, class, creed, or any other boxes we want to check nowadays, there is something universal in that story. We all understand what it means to hurt, to love, to not have your love be met, to have a broken heart, to yearn for something more than you've ever had before. That's universal. That's not a Black thing. That's not a white thing. That's a human thing.
That's a human thing.
Come on.
And speaking of stories, what do we have on stage now?
Well, girl, on the stage right now.
This stage.
Now, I got to be careful with this accent, because you fool around with that accent, you think you go Jamaican and you end up Irish. You got to be careful. But on stage right now is Bob Marley's Three Little Birds.
Tree.
It is a beautiful family fun musical, all about a young man named Ziggy who he is exploring what his next step in life is going to be. Do I stay on the island? Do I go out and see what else the world has to offer? And he is accompanied by these three little birds.
Come on.
Who are encouraging him along the way. as he goes on this journey to figure out what his next steps are. So it's a great show for the entire family, all of the community to come out and see.
Okay, and what I've heard and what I've seen, my days being there and hearing through the grapevine, the audience have been loving this production.
Come on.
And it is set for everyone of every age to come out and see. And to hear about the kids bopping to Bob Marley.
Come on.
The children bopping to Bob Marley. It is priceless. And I am just loving every bit of it. It's a great production to theater for an introduction.
Come on.
An introduction. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Introduction to theater for the young people.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean all ages. Even the babies are quiet, you all.
They got a
little, the music.
This rocking.
Yeah.
And what's great about it is also, here's the deal. If we do not start exposing the younger generation to the arts,
that's true,
to theater, how do you build the next generation of theater goers if you're not capturing them when their minds are open to it? Because right now, all the entertainment you need, you can be found on a phone. The number of times I've watched my own children, side left swipe 10, 20 times, a whole hour has gone by and they still scrolling. But there's something uniquely human about us watching story. Human beings have been storytellers since the beginning of time.
That's true.
We started storytelling when we were writing on the walls inside the caves. From hieroglyphics and beyond, this is how we've told stories. It is how we pass the narrative of the human experience. It's how we teach, and that's how we explore. And so on a show like this, where we have the opportunity to introduce a new generation, I can't thank the audiences, I can't thank the actors enough about the work that we're creating in this show, because 10, 15, it's not something you're going to see a dividend from, 20 years from now, tomorrow. But 5, 10, 15 years from now, these will be the same group of kids that's going to say, I came to see a show at Jubilee Theatre.
Yes.
And what, now in my 8th year at Jubilee Theatre, it touches me when I see someone say, 30 years ago, my very first show was over at Jubilee Theatre.
That part.
And now we're positioning ourselves that, 30 years from now, whomever the next AD is going to be, 30 years from now, because I'll be in my 60s by then, and I would like to enjoy my retirement. But whomever that person is, I want them to have that unique experience of having an audience member say, I was 7 years old when I saw my first show at Jubilee Theatre, and now I'm a patron. Now I'm a seasoned subscriber.
So now moving forward, coming soon to a podcast near you, we're gonna have some special guests come up. But
sneak peeks along the way.
But before we get there, now it's no secret that theaters across this country, they've encountered challenges over the years.
Yes.
Yeah. What can you talk about that?
Audiences are different, and not in a bad way. It's COVID changed us. Number one, we spent 2 years inside our houses. We got very comfortable with being able to Netflix and chill.
True.
And economically, the world is not the same. And so we have to patrons are being more conservative with the dollar. Because there's an uncertainty on what my dollar may be able to do tomorrow that it couldn't do yesterday. So that's one part of it. And it's also people want more bang for their buck.
That's true. And
audiences want to get home earlier. If we have a large audience that comes from the DFW area and beyond. If I am in Garland and I'm driving all the way out to Fort Worth to see a show, and that show ends at 10:30, and I'm not getting home till 11:30, 12 o'clock sometimes, depending upon, and that's if there isn't an accident on the 20 or the 30. It makes you think a little bit different.
You see, and this is the reason why, two things now, that we start our shows, evening shows, at 7 o'clock now.
Yes, come on.
And we have dropped our ticket prices by 30%.
Not 5%, not 10%, not 20%, not 25%,
but a
30%.
30%.
Yes.
So that's a little easy on the pocket right there. And
it's also respecting. It's respecting our audience
that's true.
And respecting that right now the world is a little different. And so how do we pivot to say, this is for me, and the decision to lower the prices, which is scary because there's every dollar, that 30% goes a long way for Jubilee Theater. But it's also acknowledging that all of us are in this together. We're going to find our way to still financially meet the budget, to financially make sure that every artist, every actor, every designer that comes through Jubilee Theater, that they receive what render unto Caesar that which is due Caesar. But we also have to honor the fact that at home, our faithful patrons, those people that have been with Jubilee Theater 20, 30 years, Jubilee is 45 years old. We have people that have been with us for the whole 45. So we have to honor that by creating a situation where economically they can still afford to still come to us. Yes. Economics should not be a deterrent from you seeing great theater.
That is so true. And you know what? So now, with that being said, in a 7 o'clock show that ends at 8.
Come on, for this one, yeah, 15, it's a 90-minute show. Well, this one's an hour long. So if I am a parent, and I'm thinking from a perspective of a parent.
Tell them about being a parent.
So if I'm a parent, and I got two, fortunately mine in college and out of my house, although they're still in my refrigerator. It's true, my refrigerator cry every night.
Always.
But if I had little ones, number one, it's summertime, and that means I'm slowly starting to break the process and getting them back into their regular nighttime routine so that they can wake up on time and get to school on time. So that means I have to plan things accordingly so that by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, they're in bed. So that being the case, being able to come out to Jubilee Theater, number one, it gives me the opportunity to have a last hurrah with my kid before school starts.
True.
And it's something that's on their level, but also something that I can also still love and enjoy the same. Number two, it means that if I come to a 7 o'clock show versus a 3 o'clock show, that means I can come in, get in around 6:30, come in at 7 o'clock, see audience, patrons, show up on, come on. If it's a 7 o'clock show, you want to be there by 6:30.
You want to be in the building. So that when the doors
open, you can get on in there and not be 7 o'clock, knocking at the door. Can I get in? We can't always guarantee that. But I can come in for 7, get in at 6:30, be there for a 7 o'clock show, be out the theater by 8:20.
8:20. In your car,
come on,
by 8:30,
and that's if I don't want to walk around Sunday Square, have a couple of drinks.
Could be 8:25, depending on where you park.
And if I feel like it, let my kid go over and play in the water in Sundance Square, walk down the street to Melt and get my kids some ice cream, get on up in that car, drive on to that house. And their eyes are already starting to droop a little bit.
Give them a little snack.
You get them a little snack while you run. While they eating that snack, you run in that bath water. Get it nice and warm for them. Then you go ahead and you dip them in that water with a little touch of that lavender in it. Get them all nice and clean, and then you just go ahead and bless them one good time with that pillow. And guess what? By 9 o'clock, Mama and Daddy and Guardian and all those other things, you got the night to yourself before that baby wake up at 7 time about where's breakfast. So you enjoy yourself. So come on out to Jubilee Theater and watch Bob Marley's Three Little Birds. And what's also great is that Bob Marley's Three Little Birds is written by Cedella Marley, who is one of the children of Bob Marley.
Wow,
this is the story that Bob Marley used to tell his children about, one, getting out and exploring the world, but also why Papa Bird had to leave so many times because he was touring. So it was always about, Papa Bird has to go away, but Papa Bird's going to always come back. And isn't that something we want all of our children to understand? No matter where I am, my children are 25 years old, and they know and they understand no matter where they are in the world, they can call me.
That's true.
And I think as a parent, that's something we all want our children to know, that wherever I am is home. And as artistic director of Jubilee Theater, I want every patron, every person that buys a ticket, everybody that supports Jubilee Theater, that wherever Jubilee Theater is your home. It is a place that is for all of us to sit back, laugh, love, and enjoy together.
Just call him Papa.
Don't do
Papa
it.
Wayne.
I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready.
All righty. So now we're going to move on to how can you get a ticket?
Yes. How does one go about purchasing a ticket?
There are a couple of different ways. First of all, you can come to the box office, okay? Or you can go on our website. And what is the website? www.jubileetheater.org. That is www.jubileetheater, that's the R-E at the end, .org. Go on there and purchase your ticket to this wonderful production. Or you can call Tuesday through Friday. Not Sunday, not Monday. Tuesday through Friday, 12 to 5 at 817-338-4411. Again, that is 817-338-4411. And speak to who? Me. And I will sell you a ticket and much, much more. I'll sell you a couple of tickets. I'll sell you some. Oh, we can't talk about that yet.
Well, you about to talk about that flex pass?
I was.
Don't you do it now? The Lil Flex. So if you go onto our website, you'll learn more about our Lil Flex. It is the extension of season 44. But in the weeks to come, as we are dropping pearls and talking more about Jubilee Theater, we'll tell you more about those shows as we have some special entertainment coming to talk about those shows. But before we start talking about all of that, the co-host of Backstage at Jubilee Theater, let's take a moment to know who we are. Okay. So, Miss Kenja, actor of stage, of film.
Who am I?
Who are you?
Who am I?
And how did you get here?
Well, how did I get to Jubilee Theater? And I love this place, guys. I'll probably be here, forever. All righty. So when I got here to the big state of Texas, from Chicago, let me put that plug in there, Chi-Town. Okay. I was looking for theater because I just love the stage. And I said, I want to find an African-American theater. Is there one here? And came across Jubilee Theater. And I said, well, let me go and see a show. And I can't think of the name of the show that I saw, but it's a popular one. But anyway, I came to see the show and I was like, oh, I love this. What can I do to help? And how can I get involved? And I was told about volunteering. And I said, oh, I can do that. So I started volunteering here. And I was like, oh, I like this. I like that stage too. What can I do? Oh, well, you can either come to one of our classes or you can audition or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, let me do that. I auditioned and got a role.
Come on.
And I was like, oh, this is what I am in love with the stage. And I said, I want to do more. I want to do more. So I volunteered more. I auditioned more. I got to learn so much about theater. And then I was like, what else can I do? Well, we're in need of a box office assistant. Oh, you are?
Come on.
And let me get my foot really in the door. And I applied for the position and got the position of box office assistant. And then I've been doing some of everything. But now I'm the box office manager.
And I thank you for it.
I'm the person you're going to talk to on the phone. I'm the person that's going to greet you if you come down to buy your tickets during the week, Tuesday through Friday. Remember that. All righty. But that's who I am. And I'm theater, film, your favorite actress. That's me. But enough about me. What about you?
Oh, why would you flip it back on me?
I had to turn it back that way to you.
So unnecessary.
Let's hear, who are you?
I am. I'm Wambui Richardson. This is now my 8th season with Jubilee Theater.
Wow.
Before I came here, number one, I have known since my very first performance that I was going to be an artistic director. I've always known that I was going to be an artist. The very first production I saw as a kid was Into the Woods.
Oh, wow.
And Into the Woods made me go, oh, this is what I want to do. I want to just tell stories. And being in a position where I had parents and a community that said, okay, let's do that. Now, it took some prayer. Because number one, I'm the oldest and I'm the only boy.
Okay.
And when you're the oldest and you're the only boy, you're thinking you're taught, hey, you're going to be a provider. You're going to be the one. You have to look out for everybody. You know, and you know, I got really good grades in school, so the natural instinct was, oh, he's going to be a doctor. He's going to be a lawyer. He's going to be an engineer. And here my little behind come, oh, I'm going to be an artist. And I remember my mama, she just walked over to the corner and she just went in the closet and my mama said she's just talking to the Lord. That's okay. That's all right. You know, and they came around. They came around to a place of support, of saying, if this is what you want to do, if you think this is what God has in store for you to do, then let's figure out a way to do it. Yes. You know, and then when my mother passed away, I was predominantly raised by my grandmother, my mama, because calling her grandmother sounds weird, but being predominantly raised by my mama, it put me in a place of, I used stories to relate to her. I used stories to relate to everything around me. Honestly, storytelling was my way of escaping. Okay. It was my way of escaping from the fact that my mother had passed away, my way of escaping, you know, the realities of growing up in the 3rd Ward and the 10th Ward of New Orleans. And it taught me that if theater could be a lifeline for me, then I know for a fact that it can be a lifeline for other little brown, black, red, purple, blue, and all the other colors out there, little boys and girls. So that has been the crust of the core of everything I've chosen to do as an artist. And then, you know, I ended up in Baltimore, where I was, you know, freelancing. I was, you know, one of the lead teachers at Baltimore Center Stage, artist in residence with Coppin State University. And I've always been directing, always getting around right after graduate school. And then Hurricane Katrina happened, and I boomeranged my behind right back to Baltimore, and I became the executive director of a school. First, I started off as the drama teacher. From the drama teacher, it grew into being the head of the program, and then from the head of the program to end up being the program director for all of the academies: engineering, finance, IT, engineering, and hospitality and tourism. So I did them all. And then in my last few years, executive director, which was honestly was the best. As I loved going to grad school, it taught me a lot. But the world of being an executive director for a public school was the best education I could have ever had about becoming an artistic director, because it's about community. It's about community engagement and getting people to understand the vision that you have. It's about knowing how to raise money. And it's about, you know, how do you get a building and solidify the pieces that it takes to make that building successful. So that was going on. And at the same time, my children were getting ready to graduate from high school and look at college. And both my children had an intervention on my behind and said, hey, we know that you've been doing art this way because you wanted to always make sure that you were home for dinner. You were home for homework. You were there to be able to go to parent teacher conferences, and we had the same schedule. We getting ready to graduate. What you about to do? And at the same time, Jubilee Theatre had announced they was looking for an artistic director. And God will do it every time. He'll set things up. And it took a push from my children to say, it's your turn. But I accept that, and I will always be appreciative of the fact that it was them that said, you know, it's okay for you to want something too. And for me, Jubilee Theatre aligned so much with, you know, the power of telling transformative stories that have the ability to not only affect change, but bring community together. That's who I am at the core of my being. And I hope, I pray, so much of what I'm helping to bring further with Jubilee Theatre, because it was always there. It has always been there. Is how do I take that and elevate it to that next place?
Oh, that's part of fire.
Come on. Fire.
Fire. Don't start.
Don't do it. Come on.
Okay, so y'all, you heat up. This the man. This the man. He is the man. He is the man.
I tried, but guess what? I am not in this by myself. And in the weeks to come, yes, you will always see Miss Kenja and I, but you'll also get a chance to see all of the behind the stage and all of the staff that helps to bring Jubilee to where it is. One man cannot build an island alone.
Cannot.
Amen. So I am blessed to have a staff that loves and supports the mission of Jubilee Theatre. Yes. And they want nothing but the best for Jubilee
Nothing
Theater.
but the best.
So in the weeks to come, you'll not only see us, but you'll get an opportunity to meet them, as well as all of the other community that it takes to make Jubilee successful, and ways to help support Jubilee Theater. Being a volunteer, being a donor, showing up for auditions, what type of acting classes Jubilee Theater has, all of that in the weeks to come. So please, ma'ams, please, sirs, govern yourselves accordingly and follow us at jubileetheater.org, our Facebook page, and so many other places to come.
All righty. Now, he done just gave you a whole synopsis there of what's to come in the future. Now mind you, if you keep listening to us, you're going to see some actors, some directors, some singers. You may get a few performances. Not from me, though. I'm just a co-host, okay?
Maybe a monologue or two.
I'm just a co-host, okay? All right, so now you're going to go to our website and you're going to find out all of the things that you need to find out, or you're going to call us on ways of helping Jubilee to continue doing what we do in the future. So, all right, friends, we are at the end of this episode.
And with all of that, beautiful people out there, I want you all to take to note this one single thing, because we will say it every night, every day, and I say it every day at Jubilee Theater. And what is that, Miss Kenja? We are
Jubilee Theater.
And that goes for you too. You are Jubilee Theater.
You are Jubilee
because
Theater.
Without you, the doors of the church would remain closed. So join us at 506 Main Street. Join us on Facebook. Join us on our website. And come on out and support Jubilee Theater. I'm Wambui Richardson, and this is Backstage with Jubilee Theater, and I am blessed with my co-host.
I am Kenja Brown, your box office manager, and we are going to see you guys next week.
Be blessed.